My dear brothers and sisters in the risen Lord, fourth week of Advent, Tuesday. Jesus is like a software. He enters in our life, scans out problems, edits our tension, downloads the solution, and deletes our worries. Anonymous. The metaphor horn does not refer to the horns of the altar on which criminals seeking sanctuary used to lay hold, not to the horns with which warriors used to adorn their helmets, but to the horns of a bull in which the chief power of this animal resides. The metaphor horn stood for someone on whom we can rely or cling on for safety or salvation. A rabbinic writer says that there are 10 horns, those of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joseph, Moses, the horn of the law, of the priesthood, of the temple, and of Israel, and some and of the Messiah. They were all placed on the heads of Israelites till they sinned, and then they were cut off and given to the Gentiles. In prophet Ezekiel, the Lord said, on that day I will cause a horn to sprout out from the house of Israel. 29:21. In the Psalm, the Lord said, there I will cause a horn to sprout up for David. 132:17. The horn in these world passages refers to Jesus Christ, the triumphant Messiah King from the house of David. Jesus is the horn of salvation. In today's gospel, we heard about the song of Zechariah, the Benedictus. Zechariah sings the praises of God for visiting his people and was once again working out their redemption through Jesus the Messiah. Let's note 1. God has sent to redeem his people. God's voice was silent for almost 400 years. The last he spoke through the prophet was through the prophet Malachi. And since then, there was no communication of God through any prophets. Now, God has visited his people and he has brought redemption by raising up in their midst the horn of salvation. Horn of salvation refers to Jesus Christ, the anointed one. He is our refuge, our strength, our bulwark, and through him our liberation from Satan and sin is worked out. 2. God has fulfilled his promise. Through the holy prophet of God, he had promised to raise the seed of woman to Christ the serpent's head. And now he began to fulfill it. He promised to Abraham that in his seed all the nations of the earth would be blessed. And these promises of God began to be fulfilled. Through Jesus, we would be saved from sin and from the dominion of Satan over us. Through Jesus, we would once again be restored in favor of God, and through him, God's ancient covenant of mercy shall be renewed. 3rd, God has sent John to prepare prepare the way for Christ. Although John was just 8 days old, he was called the prophet of the Most High because he will go before the Lord to prepare the way for him. John would be the prophet of Messiah, as Aaron was Moses' prophet, Exodus 7:1. He will once again revive the voice of the prophets after a silence of 400 years. John will prepare the way of the Lord by preaching repentance and calling on them to be ready to receive the Lord. He preached remission of sins through the people were barred from, though the people were barred from God's presence because of their sins, yet they had hope because of the mercy of God. Christ, the Son of Righteousness, will dispel the darkness from our lives and would give us a light of knowledge of God's glory. He would bring us liberty from death and would finally lead us to peace. May God bless you.